Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Narada Bhakti Sutras. The Narada Bhakti Sutras are attributed to the sage Narada, detailing the path of selfless love and devotion, bhakti, to Bhagavan. It is comprised of 84 sutras. The text outlines bhakti as the highest, easiest, and most blissful path to liberation, emphasizing constant remembrance, service, and detachment from worldly craving. पूजादिष्वनुराग इति पराशर्यः पूजादिषु अनुरागः इति पराशर्यः. Vyasadeva, the son of Parashara, says that bhakti is fond attachment to worshipping the Lord and other such practices. By puja, Vyasadeva emphasizes the formal external aspects of devotion such as deity worship, rituals and ceremonies. The word Adishu and so on implies that this includes all associated religious duties. Anuraga or fond attachment is the devotion. The devotion must not be a dry or mechanical duty. It requires a genuine, deep-seated fondness or intense attachment to the acts of service. By quoting Vyasadeva, Narada Muni shows that ritualistic worship is not just for beginners but is a necessary way to express and stabilize one's internal love for Bhagavan, especially to counteract material contamination. While this sutra highlights worship, subsequent sutras present other views. Kathadishviti gargaha Katha Adishu iti gargaha. Garga Muni is of the opinion that bhakti consists in fondness for hearing and narrating stories of Bhagavan's glories and pastimes. While Vyasadeva focused on physical action of worship, Garga Muni emphasizes mental and auditory immersion, which means you develop love for someone by hearing about their character and deeds. In Bhakti, Shravanam, that is listening to divine stories or Katha, is a practical tool to keep the mind occupied with Bhagavan instead of worldly worries. The power of narrative, our minds naturally love stories. Instead of trying to suppress the mind through dry meditation, Garga Muni suggests feeding it with nectar of divine pastimes, which is Leela. This makes spiritual life effortless and enjoyable rather than a struggle. Katha is often a social activity. Practically, this sutra encourages attending satsangs or spiritual discourses where you can taste devotion through the words of others. Ancient commentators often use a vivid warning for this sutra. Those who do not listen to divine stories are said to have ears like snake holes, vacant and potentially dangerous. Conversely, speaking about Bhagavan prevents the mouth from being a frog's hole which only croaks for attention in the rain. Just as you check the news or social media daily, Garga Muni suggests a daily dose of spiritual reading or listening to stabilize your emotional state. Atmaratya virodheneti Shandilyah. Shandilya says that bhakti is finding pleasure in the self without conflicting with worldly duties. Chandelier defines devotion as a state of inner happiness. While the previous sages focused on doing worship and hearing stories, Chandelier focuses on being joy from within, meaning real devotion makes you self-satisfied. You aren't constantly looking for happiness in people or things because you feel at home in your own soul and with God. The word avirodhena means not in conflict. Practically, this means you don't have to run away to a cave. You can be a devotee while still doing your job, taking care of your family, and living in the world. Your spiritual joy should actually make you better at your worldly roles, not distracted or irresponsible. In short, Chandelier's view is that bhakti is inner peace and joy that stays with you even while you are busy with everyday life. Naradastu taddarpita khilacharata tad vismarane paramavyakulateti. Naradaha tu tat arpita akhila acharata tat vismarane parama vyakulata iti. Narada Muni combines the outer actions of the previous sages with the deep inner emotion. He defines devotion through two main signs. One, total dedication. You don't just worship for an hour, you offer your entire life to Bhagavan. Whether you are working, eating, or resting, you do it with the mindset, this is for you. Second, the ache of separation. The true test of love is how you feel when you are apart. Narada Muni says the devotee feels a deep, restless pang or extreme uneasiness if they go even a moment without remembering the divine. In short, Narada says, bhakti is living for him and longing for him above all else. You don't need to change what you do, but why you do it. A student studies to serve the divine through knowledge. A parent cares for a child as a divine trust. If you feel off or empty when you get too distracted by worldly drama, that's actually a good sign. It means your heart has developed a homing signal for Bhagavan. Narada's definition turns life into a 24/7 meditation. It moves devotion from a part-time hobby to a full-time state of being. Astyevam evam. Asti evam evam. This is a very short but powerful sutra. Narada Muni is essentially double-clicking on his previous definition. He confirms that the intense state of offering everything and feeling distress when forgetting Bhagavan is not an exaggeration, it is absolute reality of higher devotion. He is telling the seeker, yes, this level of love exists, it has been achieved by others, and it is exactly what you should aim for. Practically, this sutra tells us not to water down the definition of bhakti to suit our own convenience. We shouldn't settle for just being spiritual on weekends. We should know that the goal is total, 24/7 immersion. It reassures the practitioner that the restlessness or longing they might feel is not a sign of mental weakness but a standard stage of spiritual growth. By saying it exactly like that, Narada Muni is speaking from his own experience, direct experience as a liberated soul, giving the student confidence in the paths. In short, this sutra is a guarantee of the paths. Narada Muni confirms the heights of divine love are real and attainable.